Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the Dignified Delinquents podcast, man. This cat, I'm excited about this interview. He is a actor best known from the BET show Games People Play, Kevin Hart's Guide to Black History, and the BET Plus hit show Bruh. Welcome to the podcast. One of the funniest comedians as well, blazing the stages across the country. Make some noise for my man Barry Brewer.
Oh, thank you for that, man. Appreciate it.
Man, how's it? First of all, happy Black History Month. Let's start there.
Happy Black History Month to you as well, bro. Yes, it's a great month.
So, do you do anything special to celebrate Black History Month? Are you doing anything, say, hey, let's go out, let's go hit some of these black markets? Are you doing anything special to celebrate?
Man, I celebrate Black History Month every day. We wake up, man. I'm trying to help do my part to, first of all, be the best I can be and help push our culture forward and all that I do, bro. So that's my goal. I don't take 1 month to do it. We do it all day, 365 days a year.
Absolutely. In the words of the old Kanye, make Black history every day. I don't need them much. So I'm on those same ways with you. Now, you're originally from the South Side of Chicago. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. South Side, born and raised.
South Side, born and raised. So when did you get the comedy bug? Was the comedy bug first, or was it the acting bug? Because Chicago got some great comedians come out of Chicago.
Yes, we do, man. Thank you. It's definitely the comedy bug, man. It's stand up. I've been a fan of Martin for, since I could remember. I didn't know I would do stand up, but I just love laughing and I love seeing people laugh. So when I tried my hand at it as a teenager and I saw that I had a gift, man, I didn't look back. I kept running for, what I thought or what I think is the thing to be, in feature films, stand up specials, television, you name it.
Absolutely. And you started doing stand-up in 2002. So
Yep.
So who were your comedy influences, especially from Chicago? Y'all got Deion Cole. 2002, Lil Rel maybe had just stepped onto the scene, but the OG Rodney Perry's from Chicago. So who was your comedy influence?
So yeah, that's my big bro, man. Rodney is my big bro. I met him in LA. He took me on the road with him. Man, Lil Rel kind of started out around the same time. So that's one of my classmates in the game. When you say my influence of people I really inspired was people on TV. It was like Martin, Jamie Foxx, Sinbad, people like that who I really, admired. But it's so many amazing talents like you spoke of, Deion Cole, Corey Holcomb,
Adele Givens,
George Wilborn, Tony Schofield. The list just goes on, man. BLT, B. Cole, Reggie Reg. It's just so many comics that come out of Chicago. Wildcat. It's just so many of us. B. Cole. It's just it's people we don't even know. You know what I mean? Like that I know that was just amazing. Damon Williams.
Damon Williams, yes, man, absolutely.
Been still killing and still Damon is
a
very
beast,
unique, man, because he's still really funny. Like he just started. It's kind of unbelievable to see him on stage still. I'm like, bro, you was kicking it with Bernie's doing stand up then, and he's still just as useful yet just as connected to the audience and just rocking still.
Damn is a beast. Now I was doing my research. Were you a part of the Who's Got Jokes days? Because you can't find none of those videos on YouTube nowadays. But
I was me, Lil Rel, Tiffany Haddish, George Wilborn. All of us was on the same season. That was our first. Yeah,
that was the year George Wilborn took the W that year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
he went against Ron G. Yeah.
So Who's Got Jokes? Was that 2004? I want to say 2004, 2006.
2006.
2006.
That was the first season. Yeah, 2006. Man, I beat Ron G. So I was a semifinalist. Lil Rel was, Tiffany Haddish, George Wilborn. They brought Ron G back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In the semifinals. Yep. He was in his hometown when we had the film, and Sadiq Fuller, rest in peace. He passed away. Me, Lil Rel, Ron G, and one more person, Sadiq Fuller, was on the show, and he got to pick because we had like a bowling competition, and whoever won got to kind of pick the line.
Yeah, I remember that.
He put himself last, put me first. I think Lil Rel went second. He put Ron G in the sweet spot, and that was where Ron G was raised and from.
Yeah.
So Bill Bellamy came out. He didn't really do no time, so the crowd was still like really not good. Like they weren't warm yet.
Right.
So we only for 3 minutes. I went out into the lion tried to get him, but it was like pulling teeth. I hit it, but Lil Real went out there. And then so we kind of opened them up. And
right.
Ron G came out there.
And then that Who's Got Jokes show. I was in maybe late elementary school, middle school. So I'm aging myself. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was a young gun, but
you making me feel like I'm old, bro.
I was talking to Lil Real about it. And Lil Real was like, man, he was like, that's where he met Tiffany Haddish. But I remember that show, the audience kind of picked, they picked people from the audience and they kind of did their numbers. So you been in that first spot could be tough because I don't know if they were drinking because drinks makes everything 10 times funnier. So
yeah, I didn't. You could score a perfect 15. I think I scored like a 13. So it wasn't 14,
wasn't terrible. Yeah,
12 or 13. Yeah, it wasn't that far. Like it was just. Again, it was the beginning of the show. It was 2 shows. They taped Tiffany and them, so they had 2 different halves.
Yeah.
So they had 4 on one half and 4 on the other half. So the other half was Corey Fernandez, Tiffany Haddish, George Wilborn, and Keisha Hunt from Houston. He's a monster too. Everybody, Corey Fernandez a monster. Of course, George been doing it forever. So of course he's a monster. And Tiffany, obviously, you see.
Right, everywhere.
her. What she do. But anyway. Yeah, bro, it was still fun, man. Comedy is subjective. I mean, it's whoever and what you like. So you can never really judge comedy. So, I remember me and Lil Real was pissed. He was mad. Me and him almost got into it because I was like, bro, it's good. Like, he was he was so mad, bro, because we from the crib. He's like, this nigga ain't funny. He was going in, bro.
F that fam. Fuck that fam. I
can. Bro, for real, like, man, like, I'm like, calm down, bro. Yeah. He started getting mad at me because I was trying to calm him down. But, we competitors, But at the end of the day, comedy is comedy.
Absolutely.
People like who they like. Your favorite comedian, somebody like, they terrible. So,
absolutely. And that's the thing about comedy, man. Like, here you said that you were part of that 2002 class. That's like it's almost like a frat. It's like comedy is a frat. So you're in that class with like Carlos Miller, Ronnie Jordan, and those cats. And man, so that's interesting. I just learned that about you now.
That's so funny you say Carlos. I just posted a picture of me and Carlos. I was like 23. We was like in Laughapalooza in Atlanta. It was me, him, K-Dub.
Ooh, Kelly K-Dub.
You know K-Dub?
I know K-Dub.
K-Dub, the guy. Tyler Craig, rest in peace. It was a few people there.
R.I.P. Tyler Craig. The moral of the story is.
The moral of the story is, he was such an amazing
Tyler Craig
guy.
was a beast, man. So for me, I think when I saw the original Kings of Comedy in 2001, that kind of turned it for me. So I was like, man, anybody who can get on stage and control a crowd like that and make people laugh like that, that's a special gift. Like everybody can't do it. Dancers can go up there and dance, singers can sing, but to go up there and be a comedian and tell jokes and make people laugh, one of the oldest professions, I take my hat off to you, man, because you are a beast at it. Now, speaking of your stand up, you got a special on Amazon Prime called Chicago, I'm Home.
Chicago, I'm Home. Yes, sir. It was such a blessing to be able to see it come to fruition and then for it to have the success it had, for me to do it. Just believing in, what I believe God has gifted me with. So yeah, it's been a blessing to do it, man. If whoever watching, if y'all haven't checked it out, man, definitely go check it out. I think it's special.
Absolutely. And I've been seeing a couple of your jokes on TikTok, and every other day I get on TikTok, you got another one going viral. So the one that's on TikTok now is the church joke.
No, Black and White Church.
Black and White Church, absolutely. Now, my question for you is, you went to the piano. Was that inspired by Jamie Foxx's I Might Need Security and or Ricky Smiley? Was that like like using that kind of as a muse to say, hey, let me put my twist on
both
that?
of them, but mainly Jamie for sure. Growing up, watching Martin, watching Jamie, I was a huge Jamie Foxx fan. So I definitely can say he inspired bringing the piano to the stage for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I then further when I moved to LA, I saw Craig Robinson doing it. Yeah. But, I always wanted to be a stand-up. So I never wanted to rely on my musical talent. But people was like, Barry, you need to put that in there. So the only reference I have mainly was Jamie. So definitely he inspired that.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx's I Might Need Security, I think, is top 5.
He did it on his other stand-up too. That was his second time doing it.
Straight from the Foxhole.
Yeah.
He did it on straight.
Was it that one?
Oh, it was the one he had the blue shirt, white
Yeah,
pants.
blue
Yeah.
one. Then he got two more before that. Before I Might Need Security out.
Jamie Foxx is a beast, man. So anything Jamie does, he needs to put another special out in these upcoming years. Hopefully we get it in these pandemic
I hope we
years.
get something from him. I hope Eddie come and give us something. Martin gave us something on Showtime, Doing Time.
Yep. And Martin's still on the road. Martin's still, he's doing his Lit AF tour.
Yeah.
So
AF. Yeah.
Martin's still out there pushing it, man. So when did the acting bug get you? Traditionally in comedy, you become a great stand up, and then the goal is to get a sitcom and grow from there. Times kind of change. You got the world of social media where you can be famous online and be world renowned online. Right. So when did the acting bug hit you?
I felt like it hit me the same time comedy, right? Because I felt like once I saw that I was able to do stand up, acting seemed in my mind, I didn't know, but it automatically came with it because of the people I looked up to, right? Looking at the Martins and the Jamies and the Eddie Murphys of the world, I felt like it was all inclusive. I'm like, oh, this goes with that, peanut butter and jelly. So that is how I felt. So
bologna and mustard.
From the jump, I wanted to be in feature films and television and do stand-up movies and stand-up specials. And, so I thought that all came together because of the people I admired. Mm-hmm.
So when did this show Bruh come about? Because you're on a hit BET Plus show called Bruh. Now I'm gonna tell you, my wife fucking loves this show. My wife goes crazy about this show. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts. But when did the show Bruh come about? Like, how did you land that role? Because you're working, it's a Tyler Perry show, so that's a big deal. How did that happen for you?
Man, I got an opportunity with a few dudes I do on The Whole Crew is Stupid with. We got an opportunity to audition for this new show that Mr. Perry was producing, and they let us pick what characters we felt we fit best. I felt like I fit best to John. I went and auditioned with the casting director. Shout out to Kim Coleman. I went and had my second audition with all the producers, including Mr. Perry. And then I had a third audition with Mr. Perry and one of his main producers, Mark Swinton. And I landed the role, man. So it was just such a blessing. But yeah, I auditioned and went through the way you got to go, the process.
Absolutely.
I was blessed to get it.
And y'all are just released season 2 on BET Plus. So if you haven't checked out Bruh, go watch Bruh. I think the character John is a perfect character for you. Even just in talking to you now, John is, John. I'm on season 1. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm on season 1. John is he's I don't want to call him a mama's boy, but his mom stays with him. He's kind of
Barry today. You ain't got it. You can say what you feel. It's okay.
This ain't John you talking to. Barry got his own place.
A long time. So, hey, John ain't Barry in that way.
So and John owns this the sandwich shop with his mom, and they work the sandwich shop, and he has this clique of friends. One of the unique things about this show is that you don't really get to see a group of males in this kind of element being vulnerable and talking to each other. You normally see it on the flip side with it being women. So that's the beauty of it. Now, the tough part for me, it took me a minute to get into the show because one of my favorite people is on the show, and her name is Chandra. What is her name? Chandra Corelli. Sandra Corelli Young. She's on the show, and I know her from all of the Tyler Perry plays. She was always the grandma, the mama singing tick tock.
Everybody say that, yeah.
And then the first thing I see her say on Bro is pussy pop, pussy, all that. I was like, oh God.
Vex your whole spirit.
I said, this ain't Cora mama singing like this. So
that's a whole nother character.
So, but I appreciate that though, because it takes her out of that box of what people know her as, and it gives her an opportunity to spread her wings and say, hey, I can be a part of this great ensemble.
Yeah, no, and I love her. I love Chandra. Shout out to her, man. She's an amazing person, amazing actress, very funny, super talented, amazing singer, amazing vocalist, just all around, just a beautiful person.
And y'all have great chemistry. Like I said, it feels, the relationship between you and her feels real. When you walk into the shop and you catch her and they're doing a thing, and it's like, Mama, what you doing? The chemistry feels real. Now,
thank you.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I feel like she's a mom of mine for sure. Like I instantly felt it when I first called her on the phone to when I first got the role and I got to Atlanta. They gave me her number and I wanted to go over lines. I said, "Hey, mom," and she's like, "Hey, son," and we've been mom and son since.
Since
So
then.
yeah, and right now it does come on the network for people that haven't don't have BET Plus. They're premiering it every Tuesday on the network. They're playing first season at 11 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday. Bruh comes on the network on BET Network every Tuesday night.
Nice. I was just I was talking to Chase Anthony from the BET Plus show Bigger.
That's my guy.
Oh
Chase
man,
is a
small
stand-up
world.
comic.
Small world, yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah, that's my bro. Yeah, the comedy world is very small.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're in LA and you traveled ever, you know all every comic know everybody because we see each other all the time.
Absolutely. He was on the show. He was on the show last week, and they're doing Bigger on BET, I believe, on Wednesday nights. So
Yep.
I think that is dope because a lot of the shows on BET Plus, they kind of go, unseen. Bigger is one of those shows, and it's some great shows like Bruh and Bigger and the Secret Wives Club and all these great shows, but people aren't seeing them because they don't have the BET Plus app. They're like, oh, I got too many apps. I ain't gonna download that one. So if you don't have the BET Plus app, I highly recommend getting it. There's some great shows, some really great shows.
I agree. It's a lot of great content on there, like amazing. They finna come out with Real Husbands of Housewives, Real Husbands of
Hollywood, the Kevin Hart.
Yep. Yeah, Real Husband of Hollywood with Kevin Hart.
Shout out to Chris Spencer.
On BT Plus. Yeah, so they trying to really bring some quality content. Chris Spencer, that's the big bro.
Chris Spencer, that's OG.
You do stand up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, you do stand up? I don't. You know everybody.
Yeah, I don't like the because y'all are really in the trenches and doing it every night and going on stage. And I do more so broadcast radio, but I get on stage every now and then and work. So I don't like to put myself in that category as a stand up comedian. I respect that. I respect that. But I know that you know it because you calling certain names. I'm like, oh, you really know comedy. Yeah. Yeah, Chris, my guy, Chris the OG. So
man, he is for sure. He is.
I'm curious about this too. So working with Mr. Perry, everybody knows that Tyler Perry, he moves, at a super fast speed, and he can do that.
Is
it difficult as an actor to learn that many pages of script so fast? Because I got 6 pages I'm looking at, got to learn for an audition. I'm like, shoot, I don't know if I'm gonna get this.
I think it's funny. I think initially it can be very intimidating, right? I think that once he gives you time and he gives you a reader and you really dive into it, once you know the story, it becomes a little easier. It's still a challenge for sure. It's a challenge, but I say this, once you do it, you can go do 6 pages like it's nothing. I can remember 6 pages like it's a sentence. So it prepares you and it really helps you for other work. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it is a challenge, I would say. It's a challenge. But for me, he allows us some creative freedom, in the moment. So, not changing it up completely, but really able to make it your own.
Yeah.
So that really helps. And, it helps you bring it to life. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the authenticity of the moment.
Absolutely.
The lines is where, that's just a blueprint and a guide to help you get to the story. You know what I mean?
And I think the way that he writes a lot of these shows, House of Pain, Bruh, even Sisters on BET, it writes as one long movie or one long play. So when episode 1's in, sometimes it picks up at 2 in that exact moment. So it's good for the watcher because it makes you want to binge because it's not a completely new story happening. Then I'm guessing that could be good for the actors because y'all are going right into, y'all may start episode 1 and then slide right into 2 on that same day or however the case may be.
Yeah, we don't shoot like that, but he shoots out of sequence, right? If we're in the kitchen, we shoot all the scenes that's supposed to be in the kitchen in the whole season.
Oh, wow.
So, and that's how they shoot film. It's kind of how you shoot film.
Okay.
You shoot out sequence, right? You shoot locations out, and it's more efficient and effective that way for production. It's not always actors' favorite choice, but, you just got to be on your P's and Q's and focus in on what that scene is and hone into that moment. So.
Absolutely. Man, well, listen, my wife, like I said, she's in there right now, literally watching. She knew I was interviewing you, so she's like, "Oh, I'm finna go catch up. Season 2 just came
Tell her
out."
I said thank you
I'm
so much. It's an honor and
I'm gonna
pleasure.
let her know. She actually put me onto the show, so I got to give her props and kudos for that. So
Thank you.
all the delinquent family, all the frequent delinquents out there, man. If you haven't yet watched Bruh on BET Plus, please go download the BET Plus app. Go watch Bruh. Go watch Bigger, the Miss Pat Show. It's some really great stuff on that BET Plus app. Make sure you check out Bruh, and make sure you check out my guy Barry Brewer on there. Now, are you on the road? Are you hitting any stages? Are you touring or?
I have been touring. I took a break because of the holidays, but I'm gonna pick back up in March. And do some dates in the spring. So I'm preparing to do my second stand-up special.
Oh man, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So you can find it on your website, the dates where you're gonna be.
Yes. My website is iambarrybrewer.com. And you can just follow me on social media, Barry Brewer Jr. on all social media platforms. And I'll definitely be at a city near you. Barry Brewer Jr., Barry with an A. Brewer, Brewerjr, Barry Brewer Jr. on all platforms, man. Definitely coming to a city near you. Where you are, Jerry? Like what area?
Oh, we are in Jacksonville, so we film out of Jacksonville. So
I gotta come to Jacksonville. I got some people from LA that moved to Jacksonville, and I've been trying to get up there to visit them.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Ivy sisters. So they're amazing singers, songwriters that live up there now.
Oh, dope. Yeah, if you come to Jacksonville, man, it's a growing city. It's a big city. You'll be driving for 45 minutes and like, damn, we still in Jacksonville? Like, yeah, this still Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So it's a really growing city, man. And we travel to Atlanta a lot. We got a live podcast in Atlanta on February the 20th. So we take this show on the road and go do a live comedy show.
Congrats, man.
I appreciate that.
That's love. I actually probably need to pull on you for some information, man. I'm trying to considering starting a podcast,
Yes, sir.
So yeah, that's dope, man. Congratulations on that, man. I think that's just a blessing that you're doing what you're doing. You're building your audience and being able to take that on the road. That's amazing. So
yes,
please
sir.
Keep climbing, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I love it.
I appreciate it. Shout out to my guy Chad Uber 85 South Show. He made the blueprint. I'm just following what he did. So we just trying to build and grow this thing. But y'all make sure that y'all follow my guy Barry Brewer on all social media platforms. Go check out the website, get those tour dates. If you're on YouTube, look in the description and get the information down below. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry Brewer.
Thank you, bro. That's dope. I like the applause.